Welcome to Yuno and Kenzo Koga, where ancient wisdom meets modern life.
Subscribe now and join us on this journey of awakening. If this resonates, tap like and share it with someone who would appreciate a moment of peace today. And feel free to share any thoughts or reflections in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're really getting into some profound stuff, deep philosophical waters within Mahayana Buddhist thought.
Specifically looking at ultimate reality.
Exactly. We're exploring two really powerful, maybe even contrasting perspectives, no-mindedness and mind only.
Right, and how they both try to grasp something that's, well, beyond our usual understanding.
Yeah, our mission today is to see how they connect, where they diverge, and what that really tells us about reality itself.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is where they both start.
Okay.
Well, both these approaches, they kind of kick off from the same basic idea that ultimate reality is fundamentally untenable or unknowable.
Untenable or unknowable, so beyond our grasp.
Essentially, yeah. It's something that just transcends our everyday categories, our dualisms, like being and non-being, or even things that seem totally solid, like birth and death.
Right. Things we take for granted as real separations.
Exactly. And accepting that unknowability, that's really the starting point. That's the doorway in.
Okay, so they start together, this shared ground of unknowability, but then they take different routes.
That's right. They diverge quite significantly in their emphasis.
So one way, often linked with no-mindedness, and this is the key idea of śūnyatā, emptiness, that one seems to lean towards maybe a kind of negativism. It focuses a lot of what reality isn't.
That's a common way to see it. It emphasizes negation, stripping away concepts, but then the other view, the mind-only perspective, that arrives at this really strong affirmation. It basically says, nothing but mind is the ultimate truth.
Wow. Okay.
The idea being that mind alone is the last word one can say about the world.
Nothing but mind. Well, that feels like a very different conclusion than emptiness. A real contrast.
It does on the surface, absolutely. But maybe we should clarify that negativism.
Please, yeah.
It's not about being gloomy or nihilistic. It's a very active negation of inherent existence. It's about dismantling our deep-seated assumptions that things, or even ourselves, have some kind of fixed, independent reality.
Oh, okay. So it's dismantling, not just denying everything.
Precisely. And on the flip side, when the mind-only school talks about mind...
It's not just my thoughts.
Yeah.
Right. Not my individual consciousness.
No, exactly. It's pointing towards something much deeper. A fundamental awareness, you could say. A kind of universal ground that is reality.
So one is taking things apart, the other's affirming this foundational consciousness.
Kind of, yeah. But importantly, both are trying to point us beyond our normal everyday way of seeing things.
Which leads us somewhere important, I imagine.
It does. It leads us toward what might be one of the most fundamental ideas in all of Mahayana Buddhism.
Okay, what's that?
The concept of no birth, or in Sanskrit, anupadaka dharmashanti.
No birth.
It's deeply connected to all those other key terms we hear. Emptiness, no self-substance, non-duality, even nirvana.
How does no birth connect to emptiness?
Well, the idea is because everything is empty of inherent fixed existence.
Right.
There can't be any true birth in the sense of something coming into independent being from nothing.
Okay, so if things aren't inherently real and separate, they can't truly be born as separate things.
Exactly. And if there's no true birth, then this whole world of separate particulars where we think there's a fixed me and a fixed you and all these dualities that can't fundamentally exist either.
It's like the movie analogy you mentioned.
Sort of, yeah. The images appear, they seem real, but they aren't actually being born or dying as independent things on the screen. It's just light and shadow.
And realizing this no birth is, what would you call it, compliance with reality?
Yes. That's the phrase. It's not just agreeing intellectually. It's a profound perceptual shift.
That shift.
That lets you kind of align yourself with how things actually are, with the constant flow and change without clinging so hard.
So seeing things without the illusion of fixed beginnings and endings?
You got it. Seeing things as they truly are.
Okay, this is deep. But, why does this matter for us, for you listening? What's the takeaway?
Well, it's incredibly important because understanding this helps steer us away from views that can easily become nihilistic.
How so?
Especially, as the texts say, when there is no actual perception of the truth, no actual seeing of the origin of things.
So without that direct insight, that experience.
Exactly. Without that direct Buddhist experience, these big concepts, continuity, birth, destruction, even nirvana itself, they can just become philosophical ideas.
Just words, maybe?
Yeah.
Abstract constructs?
Right. They lack that transformative power. They stay as ideas about reality rather than a lived understanding of it.
So it's about seeing it for yourself, not just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's the core of it.
Okay. So, as we wrap up, any final thoughts?
Well, I think it leaves us with a really interesting point for reflection. You have these two paths. One emphasizing emptiness, the other mine. Different focus, maybe different methods. But ultimately, maybe they're both aiming at the same fundamental truth. That our ordinary view of birth and death, of fixed things starting and ending, isn't the whole story.
It's not the ultimate reality.
Right. So the question for you, for all of us, becomes, if ultimate reality truly transcends birth and death, how does that change how you see the world? How does it shift your understanding of your own place in it all? What assumptions are you holding on to, maybe unconsciously, about beginnings and endings?
And how might these, well, ancient ideas gently nudge us to look beyond those assumptions?
These things are kind of ponder.
Thank you for being here with us at Yuno and Kenzo Koga, where ancient wisdom meets modern life.
Subscribe now and join us on this journey of awakening. If this resonates, tap like and share it with someone who would appreciate a moment of peace today. And feel free to share any thoughts or reflections in the comments. We'd love to hear from you